The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. $15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
52. 35.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Dancing to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Here's Ryan. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Matt Ioannidis in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the shotgun, Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Reuben Foster in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. It's a gain of 7. And
but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. Into the Redskins. Have it they do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
3rd and 2, Smith. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's...
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Vic Beasley coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Just beating the play clock. Smith. He's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And in hindsight, probably to the 16-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. maybe they'll do that.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. From the gun, it's Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
To throw is Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Ryan to throw. Flushed out right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping. Motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Fielded at the 33. A terrific return there, 27 yards. As they take over 1st and 10. So out now come the Redskins. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
15.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jack Crawford able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. The Redskins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Yellow.
Smith on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Looking deep for Hooper. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Gun. Get up. 54, south. Let's go.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Eric Saubert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Tech McKinley able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Slot.
A shotgun snap for Smith. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, here's Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking on the midfield logo. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
His throw caught at about the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go.
this on 1st and goal? And he is out of bounds here. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
They come out here in the eye. Bryant keeps it on the sneak, and he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On 1st down, Ryan escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. And this is caught. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Flush to his right, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Eric Saubert as the 1st half is winding down, and the Falcons.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Ruthless. Orange.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are quick. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. From the gun, Ryan. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the gloves?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
2nd and 10 now, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered cover. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
22! Hey, got it.
On 3rd down, Ryan. eluding the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Let's go, 15, 15.
After the interception, here's Smith. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Smith. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jack Crawford in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Smith. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punter King to send it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Smith. And my goodness, another interception. It's Desmond Trufant, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, it makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Smith. Hits his target. It's Adrian Peterson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the back.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Shelby able to get him for a loss of about 3.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Smith now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Smith. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll fake it. Now Smith rolling to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Steps, and that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Maurice Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. So here comes Alex Smith as he'll lead his guys up to the line to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Ryan over the middle. That's caught by Ridley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To throw on 3rd down, Ryan, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go, 15. Liz.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
And now here's another interception. It's Desmond Trufant, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
He goes underneath to Freeman. And he loses the football a second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
They'll check it down to Geis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Smith. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pick up there at 22. Smith on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. From the red zone now, Smith dumps it off for Geis. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Redskins on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Smith throwing again. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble, but all is well. 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to...
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 5th touchdown now on the gap just a bit. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now it's Freeman. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. This one inside the 35. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And a short gain down to about the 33. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. On the keeper, here's Ryan.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up 1st downs.
From the 32 now, here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As he'll stop it with 20 on the clock. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the major team tour.